When I was a kid, I used to think that when I was going to get older, when I was going to become 20, 21, that all of my addictions, me playing video games, me, watching YouTube videos, me scrolling on short form content. At the time it was Vine and Musically. Now it's TikTok and Instagram Reels. That it was eventually going to stop. And I was just going to outgrow it. Until very, very recently, like in the last 5-10 months, it's actually gotten worse. And sure, there are periods where it comes back up, it comes back down, but until very, very recently, like, it doesn't get better. From when you were a kid, your addictions, they don't get better. And most of the time, they get somehow, with even more pressures and even more things you need to do, it gets worse. And there needs a certain point in your life that if you just continue down this road, it won't magically get any better. Unless if there's some direct action to stop this. Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, all these nerdy people, they'll never put something in their app to make you stop. They'll never add a feature saying, okay, 30 minutes is up, buddy. Pack it up. Your time is over. They won't purposely add this thing to the app. You just need to stop. Most things I recommend to gradually stop it. But with social media, it has to be cold turkey. There's just no other way. Because the cookie jar is right there. If you put a timer, let's say only for 30 minutes, the cookie jar is right there. You just press at the bottom of the screen, boom, you pass the timer. Like it's nothing. It's like an extra click. At the very most, you have to put your code in, right? And it's takes 5 seconds. And I'll have a video about that soon too. Or if you guys want it, I'll make a video, an actual in-depth tutorial on how to quit your addictions, how to quit your short-form content on phones. I will definitely 100% make that. But beyond that, you just need to quit it cold turkey. It's just there's, or at least you have to have that mentality in you. So you have two options. I mean, honestly, I'm being like, either you make this stop, you make this die down, or you just accept the fact that you're going to be a constant doom scroller. Because you could look at your parents back in the day and say, oh, my dad, when he was a kid, he was doing, bad stuff like drinking and everything like that, but eventually he straightened up. It's not the same with technology, because everybody is using it. I see I love them to death, but my mom, my dad even, and they're still on, they are addicted still to that dopamine loop. Everybody is. There's no escaping it unless if you have a conscious and deliberate effort to stop it. And it's one of the most hardest things to do, but you just need to stop it. It'll just sap away your life. If you say let's say the average teenager spends 5 hours a day on his phone, let's give a, and that's a nice estimate, right? That's a really nice estimate. I mean, let's be fair. You probably have 8 hours, 9 hours. I mean, let's not fucking kid ourselves, especially with everything combined. Oh yeah, it's good. You have 5 hours on your phone, but how much do you have on your PC, right? Or how much do you have on your tablet? Or how much do you have, looking at the TV, right? I'm talking about a combination of things, but let's just give it let's give it a really nice average of 5. How much is that in terms of in a year? How much in terms of that is in a 10 years? How much is in terms of that in 20 years? I'm asking the question because I genuinely don't know. I don't have a calculator on me, but you know what I mean. It's a long ass time. What is it, 5 years? I bet to somebody's life, and it's just Sure of it, some of it you could say is meaningful, but let's just cut the bullshit. Like 99% of it, let's be 95 to be generous, is just bullshit. And watching fucking reels, it's just sad. It's a very sad thing to do, to just rot your brain with this, especially in our day and age that we have so much access. And I'm sorry to sound like your Sunday school preacher here, but we have a lot of access to anything in the world, any videos in the world. We have access to anything, right? My belief is on the internet, if you have the will, you can find any resource possible. And even if those resources are technically paid, you can find them, through other means, right? Any book is available to you, past the age of like 1930, like past the copyright date. Any movie you can watch, anything you can listen to, any course, any Harvard universities are available at a very like cheap price. Coursera has like 1 billion, university courses that are available to you. Above that are, YouTube people, like YouTubers like me explaining their course, people explaining their hobbies, how to get better at hobbies, right? And other medias that's amazing, like the best pieces of media ever created. And most people, even if everything is available to them, give them circus and give them bread, which is just shit, just brain rot, and then never revolt. And just give them this brain rot, this shit that doesn't matter. It's very sad. It's something I hope that I can express throughout this video, that at the very, very least, you will take into consideration a new direction that you can lead your life. And if you are on that, that dopamine detox life, not a lot of communities are available to you, but I will be creating one. So that's something that's going to be available in the future. I don't have it right now, but I have everything planned, like a full course, full Hamza course style thing. But beyond that, it's a very, the chips are stacked against you, and Godspeed, my friend. Give you the most amount of luck. Something you can conquer. Everything is pushing against you against this, but some way, somehow, we are going to find a way to rise above this. I'm going to get a little Kanye West, visionary on this. I genuinely believe in a future. And I'm being 100% dead ass. I'm being 100% when I say this. I genuinely believe in a future where the same way that people looked at smoking, like now, like sure, some of it is cool. People will look at reels and short form content like that in the future. That's what I genuinely hope, and I genuinely believe. That's my vision, and I want to be a pioneer of that vision, and that's what we're starting on this fucking channel. So brace yourselves. It's going to be a full ride, and stay tucked in and keep on believing, my friend.